It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world. And you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Okay, well, hello. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to our global opportunity. I just absolutely love that we are speaking to everyone all over the world. My name is Antoinette Stanton, and I am in Dallas, Texas. So it's a little toasty here today. I don't know about all of you, but it's a special week. I do want to start out by just honoring everyone that's in the service and Memorial Day weekend. And, I know a lot of you are thinking about barbecues, but I want to talk to you about having a healthy weekend. Well, I am Antoinette, and I am starting a new healthy journey. I am now 9 months with my healthy journey. But I will tell you, I have been in this industry for 22 years. And I wake up every morning and I cannot believe that I am just as excited as I was when I started this journey 22 years ago. So I am going to get started just a little bit about today. We are going to have an amazing doctor share all about our products. And these products have changed my life. I am the healthiest that I have been since pre-babies, and that was a long time ago. And we are then going to have testimonies from 3 of my friends to tell you how this company and the products has affected them. So let's go ahead and get started to talk about 3. You see me with my hat. 3 is definitely my favorite number today. But I do want to let all of you know, how did I get here? You heard me say that I have been in this industry for 22 years, and we are just a tad bit over a year old. Well, I have to tell you, I was an executive in a retail atmosphere. I was one of those very corporate moms. I worked long hours, but I absolutely loved what I was doing. I really did love it. But how many of you don't have a lot of time to do anything else but work? I was blessed to marry my high school sweetheart. We'll be celebrating 44 years together. Yes, we're still together. But At the time, I had a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And although I loved my corporate job, I wanted balance in my life. And that's when someone introduced me to the world of networking. And I thought, that's strange. I mean, what do they do? How do they do it? Well, from there, I was mentored by someone who started in 3. And she was chatting with me a little bit about this movement. This is a movement. And when she was chatting with me about the movement, my son was in the background. How many of you have 20-something-year-olds that listen to everything going on? Anyway, he heard what you're about to hear. And he said to me, Mom, this is your future. This is exactly what you've been talking about, combining the world of corporate and, all of e-commerce with a healthy life. And so that's where 3 happened for me. So welcome to this entrepreneurial movement. 3 is a global community of entrepreneurial people who are driven by purpose, love, and contribution. I mean, everyone around me in 3, we all have different ideas. We come from different backgrounds. We're on our global call. We come from different countries, but we all have the same purpose, and that is to grow this global business. So 3 was founded on 3 pillars. I had been with one company for 21 years, and I really didn't think that I would do anything else. I thought I'd retire until I really understood what was going on with this company. And so the 3 pillars of 3. Number 1, we were founded on people. Sometimes companies are created by, somebody at the top, and then, they add all their people. But this company was created for the people. And you will find when I chat with you at the end that every little part of this company has been pulled together to make people in this company feel wonderful. If I were to start another business at this time in my life, my husband and I were on the other side. Our kids are older. We're almost retiring. Why would I start with a whole new company? Well, because the purpose of this company means so much. You see, it really is all about bringing health to everywhere in the globe, to everyone. And what I love about what we do and networking is it doesn't matter where you are, but each person can connect with each person. But what I'm super excited about is our platform, because you can have great ideas to do great things, but today you have to be able to deliver it. You have to be able to have the platform to get the information out, the platform to get things delivered, the platform to always have what is best, not just here in the United States, but worldwide. And so I love that. People, purpose, and platform. So now let's move on to our management team. And this team just blows me away. I'm going to start with Daniel Piku, who is our CEO and founder. He has a special part in my heart because I have a son with a disability, and we attended an event. And when we attended that event, Daniel was there, and he took the time to listen to everything that my 23-year-old son had to say. And then afterwards, his encouragement to him will last a lifetime to me. But he also, what I love, he says, everyone is welcomed in this business. He says, I don't have an MBA, but I have an MBA. a massive bank account. I love that part. But what he's saying is that if you're willing, then we welcome you. And so when you look at businesses, it comes from the top down. And because of the way that Daniel treats all of us, that is why this company is what it is. And then we move over to Dr. Dan Gubler. Now, I told you that I am on a new journey. 9 months ago, I barely took a gummy vitamin. And so this is so different for me. But when I met Dr. Dan Gubler in person and just everything that he does, and you're going to hear that from Dr. Williams, but anyone that hugs a tree and thanks a tree for giving us what we have is a friend of mine. But his passion for being innovative with healthcare is just like we have the top of the top. And then, of course, I come from a retail background. So you can have a great president and you can have a great scientific officer, but you have to have someone that can get the products delivered. What goes on in the background is so important. And so, again, I have had the opportunity to meet our COO, Troy, and had a couple questions. And just all three of them have just been amazing, amazing. So what is our mission? Our mission is to provide a platform so entrepreneurs can live a life of purpose, just inspired. And it doesn't matter in this company if you want to do a little bit or a lot. Everyone is treated equally in this company. What I love the most is that what company begins in 15 countries. 15 countries. You're going to hear me talk about my son a lot. His name is Dylan, and he is the reason that I'm here. And Dylan and I have traveled the world, just chatting with different doctors because he has a special condition. But we also chat with doctors from other countries. You see, with 3, everything is seamless. It is, my son, of course, he's a gamer, and he's always on games talking to every country here and there. But that all he has to do is take his link and send it to anyone in any of these 15 countries, and he can build a business anywhere. And I can build a business anywhere, and you can build a business anywhere. I have new friends that we're all planning a trip to Hong Kong together. What company can you start in the very beginning and go wherever you want in any of these 15 countries? But I want to tell you, we have huge goals to get into at least 100 countries. So the next thing that I want to do is bring up my friend, Dr. Williams. Now, I met his wife. His poor wife sat next to me at a convention. And I kept asking her tons and tons and tons and tons of questions about the science. Because remember, Dr. Williams, I'm new to all of this. And so your wife was so amazing. And I have learned so much from you through all of your presentations. So I just cannot wait for everyone to hear about these fabulous products. So Dr. Williams, you take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Antoinette, and welcome everybody from wherever you may be in the world. And I think you can tell the absolute enthusiasm that Antoinette has. And I think all of us that are in 3 share this. And I can tell you just very briefly, my background. I'm a board certified gastroenterologist. I've practiced for over 30 years. And I have always had a passion for nutrition. In fact, don't get me going on my soapbox, but I think one of the great problems with conventional medicine is that it's the so-called pill for every ill. And unfortunately, we really need to be looking at keeping people healthy and preventing illnesses before just going on and waiting for something to happen and then doing a procedure, giving people medication. And I've always been interested in supplements. If you talk to a lot of physicians, they give you the stock phrase that, well, all you need to do is eat a healthy diet and you'll be fine. Well, that may have been true 60, 70 years ago, but even the United States, the USDA will say that our food today is not nearly as nutritious as it was decades ago. Unfortunately, our land has been used over and over again. The nutrients have just been depleted. The use of all the herbicides and pesticides and everything else alter the normal function of the soil. And the bottom line is our fruits and vegetables just are not as nutritious as they were before. You know, you may have a beautiful green pepper sitting right there and say, oh, that looks wonderful, but looks are deceiving and it's probably not nearly as nutritious as it was before. So I absolutely think that people need to be taking supplements. But the problem with supplements, as I think you all know, is that it really is just a free for all out there. There is very little regulation of it. There's been studies that have shown that if you go into a health food store and take bottles off the shelf, 83% of the time what they say is in the bottle is not true. It may be just a fraction. If they say it's 100 milligrams, it's only 10 milligrams or something like that. It may have nothing in it. And then there's also a terrible problem with contamination with pesticides, herbicides, radionucleotides, all kinds of toxins. So, you know, just to say I take a supplement is not enough. You need to know that it's a good supplement. And when we came across three, you know, as we said, it's a very young company, and did the research and found these guys are the real deal. They spend a huge amount of time making sure that their products are indeed what they say they are. They're incredibly well manufactured. And I think these are truly some of the most outstanding, if not the most outstanding nutraceuticals out there. So next slide, please. Yep. So to begin with, there are three things that 3 loves to do, and that is exploration, curation, and absorption. And this is really the heart of the science. As I'll talk about in a minute, the man you see right there is Dr. Dan Gubler. He is our chief scientific officer and truly a genius, but he literally scours the world looking for natural compounds, natural substances that have medicinal effects. So, you know, basically, you'll find in any given one of our products multiple different things that can be sourced from anywhere in the world. And this is very important, that we're really looking for things that have profound effect on people's health. Secondly is curation. And that is putting things together. None of our products are just a solo nutraceutical or herb or spice, whatever you want to call it. You know, a lot of times you go into a health food store and you'll see turmeric, which is a wonderful substance. We have it in our products. It's very good for inflammation, many other things, but typically it's sold just as turmeric. What we have is what we call curation, where it'll be put with several other things, so that I like to think of it as kind of a symphony. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So Dr. Dan spends an immense amount of time and effort putting together all these things that he's found through exploration to make these wonderful compounds. And then finally, I think what absolutely separates us from everybody else is our advanced delivery technologies, our absorption. The problem with so many herbs and other nutraceuticals is that they're extremely poorly absorbed. Again, to give turmeric as an example, if you eat turmeric, it probably has about an 8% absorption. That means 92% of it is going out the other end. And, you know, for my whole career, I have told people that you are what you eat, and I still stand by that. That's absolutely true. One of the most important things you can do in your life is eat a healthy diet. But in reality, it's what you absorb. And even more than that, it's not just what you absorb from your gut, but what you absorb into your cells. Because it doesn't matter how much of any wonderful thing you eat, if all of it passes out of you and never gets into the cell where it does its magic, it's of no value. And this is what 3 has pioneered, are these advanced technologies that allow for better absorption of these nutrients. And I think right now we're using 12 or 13 different technologies. And this is what really makes us different. What you're seeing on the label is actually ending up inside your cells doing what it's supposed to do. Next slide. And this was all, I think, in great part, the baby of our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Dan Gubler. I've had a wonderful chance to meet and talk with him a couple times. You know, I think the words like genius are thrown around way too much in our society, but he truly is. And if you just look at his background, he received his PhD in organic chemistry from Caltech, which is one of the premier organic chemistry departments in the country, if not the world. He worked for years in the pharmaceutical industry, working on cellular absorption technologies, which, as you can imagine, for things like chemotherapy are very important. If a chemotherapeutic agent that you give by an IV is not actually getting into the cancer cells, it's really doing no good. So he had this immense fund of knowledge of understanding these absorption technologies. And he then had the brilliant idea, why don't we use these on nutraceuticals to enhance the absorption of things like turmeric and boswellia and all the other things we use? So he is a remarkable man. I won't go through all of his scientific awards. He's also a health influencer and has over 100,000 followers on TikTok, and just a wonderful, wonderful man. So he is the man who leads the scientific endeavor. He also has a wonderful scientific advisory board. These are people from around the world who are all leaders in their field. And I think one of the most important thing is not one of these people, other than Dr. Dan, of course, is paid to be on the advisory board. They do it because they love the products, they believe in the products, and they want to see 3 grow and reach more people. And I think that's important that they do it pro bono, because once you start paying people on your scientific advisory board, then basically they're going to do what the company tells them to get the paycheck. So these guys have no ulterior motives. They're there because they want to help this company grow and be better. Next slide. So we have 6 different products, and each one is a standalone product. Again, using the symphony analogy, each one of them as an instrument is beautiful in itself. When you put all 6 of them together is when you really have the beautiful music. Though you don't necessarily have to use all 6. I think given what a person's health goals may be, there may be ones that are more suited to their needs. But again, they all work together. And I can tell you, one of the things I really like about 3, since I have used supplements in my practice for years, is, you go to some of these companies and they literally have dozens. I can think of a couple companies that have hundreds of products, and you sit down and say, okay, my patient has X, Y, or Z. Which one of these products do I want to use? And after a while, it just becomes mind-boggling. But these are very simple and very, very easy to use. And before we get into the products, I want to mention before I forget that one of the things that is absolutely amazing about 3 is that all 6 of our products are in the PDR, which used to be known as the physician's desk reference. It's now known as the prescriber's digital reference. This was a book before it became digital that I can guarantee you sat on the desk or shelf of every physician in the country, if not the world. And if you wanted to know anything about a pharmaceutical, you just looked it up and you could find information about how it worked and dose and side effects and all those kind of things. There are only 22 nutraceutical companies, not pharmaceutical, but nutraceutical companies in the world that have ever been able to get even one product in the PDR. It is a very arduous process to prove to them that your products are pure and efficacious and the company is upstanding and they use good manufacturing principles. We are the only nutraceutical company that has all 6 of our products in the PDR. And I say that for 2 reasons. One, as a physician, I feel like I have a responsibility to my patients to recommend the things to them that are high quality, and being in the PDR gives me more assurance that it is indeed high quality. But secondly, from a business standpoint, when you're going to talk to health providers, I think this is a wonderful marketing thing. All you need to do when you're in the doctor or other healthcare provider's office is punch into the computer, pdr.net, type in the word 3, THREE, and down drop our 6 products with the information about them. So it's a very, very powerful marketing tool, but again, just speaks to what high quality products these are. So what I want to do is go through our 6 products very quickly. The first one, which I think is the foundational core product, is Vitalite people kind of generically call it our super multivitamin, which is indeed true. It is a multivitamin, but it's so much more than that. But first, to speak about the vitamins, these vitamins are made through a natural yeast fermentation process. So these are natural vitamins. I can almost guarantee you that whatever multivitamin you're taking right now has synthetic vitamins, and they just don't work as well. So having natural vitamins is extremely important, but it also has multiple minerals, amino acids, prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, a super green blend, a fruit blend. I mean, it's in omega-3, 7, and 9 fatty acids. I mean, it's really quite remarkable that in these 5 little pills, you get all this. If you tried to recreate this piece by piece, every day would probably cost you hundreds of dollars. But it's, again, through the advanced delivery technologies, they're able to put this all in a pill and in a form where it's going to have a much higher absorption into your cells. So I think no matter what someone's health issues are, everybody should be on Vitalite, because as I said, one of the problems in our diets today is, even if you're trying to eat healthy, I can almost guarantee you that you have some micronutrient deficiencies. This kind of fills in the gaps and tries to make sure that you don't have any deficiencies. Next slide. Collagen is our collagen product, which has been very well received. People will tell you that after just a very short time on the products, they start to notice a difference in their skin. We use 5 grams of highly bioavailable marine collagen, fish collagen, and studies have shown that fish collagen is more effective than either poultry or bovine. And we have a very interesting system. What we do is you take one of these packets, which I can tell you actually tastes very good, for 10 days. Typically people do it the first 10 days of the month, and then you don't take any more for the remaining 20 days of the month. It's called collagen cycling. And what has been found is, if you have collagen, if you take a collagen of any type every day, you actually shut down your body's ability to make collagen. The body says, well, heck, I've got all the collagen I need. I don't need to make anymore. So basically, we give you 10 days of a high quality collagen and then let your body go to work. But one thing we do to promote your body's collagen production is that there is pomegranate extract, and it's found that pomegranate extract actually enhances your own body's ability to make collagen. There's also other things like hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. All these things have very positive effects on your skin. But it's also important to say it's not just skin, hair, and nails. Having healthy collagen is extremely important to your immune response and your joints. So this product has a multitude of positive effects on your body, but certainly I think what gives it the most press is the fact that people really start to see very quickly changes for the better in their skin. And again, from a marketing standpoint, I think this is something that is very, very enticing to people in the aesthetic world. Next slide. Eternal is our antioxidant, cellular health, and longevity compound. It has several things in it, but a couple important ones are, it has 200 milligrams of resveratrol. Resveratrol is the compound that is in the skin of red grape that purportedly gives wine its positive health benefits. And again, 200 milligrams, I don't know how many glasses of red wine you'd have to drink, but it would be a whole bunch of them. So you get a huge amount of it. But the other thing that's really important is that you get glutathione. And this is liposomal glutathione, which means that, again, it can be absorbed from your gut. Glutathione is the most potent antioxidant we know of. It's made in your liver, but often people don't have enough of it. And by giving it by this liposomal process, you can actually absorb it. If you just took pure glutathione and swallowed it, very little of it would be absorbed. Typically, you have to go to an infusion center and get an IV. Obviously, that's time consuming. It's also expensive. So here, in a very simple way, you get resveratrol and glutathione, which are both excellent antioxidants. And also in the product, there's CoQ10, which is very good for promoting mitochondrial health. So all these together really help with making you have healthier cells. Revive is probably my favorite compound. We call it the natural NSAID, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. I don't want to mention any names, but I think we know these are the pills you pop when you have a headache or something hurts. The trouble with those medications is that they can cause liver and kidney problems, intestinal bleeding. They have a number of side effects. We have a product that basically works as well. It's a strong anti-inflammatory, but it's actually good for you. And again, this has not only our curcumin, which is a turmeric extract, but boswellia, black cumin seed. Again, these are all wonderful anti-inflammatories. It has a mushroom blend and a couple other things. And basically all together, it's a wonderful anti-inflammatory. A lot of athletes find that it's very useful and that it promotes exercise recovery, eases muscle stiffness. I work out with a bunch of guys almost every morning, and I find that by the next morning, I'm ready to go and rarely have any aches and pains. But it's not just for athletes. It'll help with any kind of inflammatory problem you have. So like I said, I personally like this product more than any by just a little bit over the rest of them. Next slide. Purify is our detoxification. You know, it's a sorry comment that they've taken blood samples from people and found that the average American, is probably not any different around the world, has about 600 artificial compounds in their bloodstream. I mean, think about that, 600 compounds. Just as an aside, they have taken blood from newborn babies and found newborn babies can have as many as 200 compounds in their bloodstream. Now, not all of these compounds are toxic, but certainly some of them are. And the problem is once they get into your body, they can be difficult to get out. And what Purify does is the nutrients that are in there help to bind up these toxins and allow them to be cleansed and removed from the body through the liver, lungs, colon, kidneys, and skin. So you're actually decreasing your toxic load. And as said in the bottom there, it also has been shown to eliminate heavy metals. So I think this is very important. Unfortunately, we live in a very, very toxic environment, and I think we need to have a process to help cleanse our body. And one last thing to say on that is, you know, people think, oh, this is some kind of a bathroom cleanse where, you know, you're just going to be going and going. That's not at all what it is. Basically, as I said, what it does is it ties up toxins in the bloodstream and puts them in a form that the elimination organs can take care of. Next slide. And immune is our immune modulating product. You know, your immune system is an amazing thing, but it has to be well regulated. If it's overactive, this is when you get autoimmune diseases as well as allergies. If it's underactive, that's when you're prone to infections and cancer. So you have to kind of be in a happy medium. And that's what this does. It's an immune modulator. It kind of brings the immune system back to where it should be. It has vitamins A, C, D, E, zinc, selenium, quercetin, which is a wonderful antihistamine, elderberry, and also another thing it has, which from a GI standpoint I absolutely love, is nano silver. And we don't have the time in this short presentation, but nano silver really helps with a lot of GI problems. I think people have heard about gut dysbiosis, leaky gut, bad bacteria in the intestinal tract, and nano silver helps to straighten this out and get your gut working better and alleviate some of those annoying symptoms. So I think this is wonderful for just keeping your immune system in a steady state, which I think can also help with preventing, you know, colds and things such as that. And I think that is the last slide on the product. So just very quickly, we talked about absorption. Here is a study that was done where if you look at the far right, there was an organic control, and then they looked at the 6 different products and showed how much higher absorption there was. And even like if you look at the Revive, you can say, well, that's nothing great. That's only about 30% absorption. But again, compared to the organic control, it's still 3 times what it is. And for some things like Eternal and Purify, it's markedly elevated. So again, this is the beauty of the advanced delivery technologies for enhancing the cellular absorption of all these wonderful nutrients. And finally, I think this is perhaps the most wonderful thing. One of the hottest fields of science is what's called epigenetics. You know, when I was in med school 40 years ago, we were basically told that your genes are who you are. You know, if your dad had a heart attack when he was 50, well, sorry for you, you're going to have a heart attack when you're 50. And that is absolutely not true. Probably genes account for, I hear various numbers, but maybe 30% of what kind of diseases you get, longevity. And the other 70% are all about external features, lifestyle, drinking, smoking, exercise, and of course, food. And I think, you know, the proof of that your environment can impact your genetic expression is look at lung cancer. If you don't smoke or not heavily exposed to secondhand smoke, with few exceptions, the chances you get lung cancer are pretty darn small. But if you smoke, obviously the rate goes up. So there's obviously compounds in smoke that are altering the genetic expression of your lung cells, and this is what's causing cancer. And so what this study showed was in a test tube, but in concentrations that you typically see in the blood, that the various products were able to turn on good genes and turn off bad genes. And again, I don't have time to go through all this, but if you see the two genes that went down, those are inflammatory markers. Those are things that tend to go up when you're inflamed. And then the ones that went up were things like antioxidants, mitochondrial cellular function, cognitive function. So turning on genes that have a number of wonderful effects. So I think, a couple of things about this. First of all, it's wonderful from a clinical standpoint, but I also think it shows what kind of company 3 is. They're actually doing studies to prove that their products have an effect. And both of these studies were done by third parties that did not have any vested interest in the company. So I think my time is up. I'm going to turn it back to Antoinette, and I really appreciate your attention. And I just want to say in closing that these are outstanding products. And if you're not already part of the 3 community, I strongly encourage you to take a strong look at them. So back to you, Antoinette.
Well, thank you, Dr. Williams. You guys understand what I mean now. So I am so lucky to have new friends like Dr. Williams and his wife around me, because they just make me healthy just thinking about your name and everything that you know. But I want to thank you, Dr. Williams, because honestly, you just bring together in a different way how we all just need to be healthy and what we need to do. And so I thank you for that. And so now we're going to move on to my second favorite part. I absolutely love the nutrition, but you may be sitting on here and you're saying, okay, well, I could use a little bit of extra money. And I don't know about any of you, but things have gone up just a tad bit lately. And so you may be sitting there saying, my grocery bill has doubled or tripled. And what am I going to do? And so on top of having fabulous products, we also have 8 different ways that you can earn money. And for some of you sitting here today, you're like, no, that's not for me. And that's okay. But for some of you, what if just a couple of $100s could change things for you? What if you could just get your product for free? And that is definitely possible. I think within these 8 different ways of income, it can fit everyone's lifestyle and everyone's personality. And so I'm just going to quickly go over this. I promise you, if you want to dive deep into how we earn our money, whoever invited you on tonight can review that with you and go over it. And we have videos that we can send you later. But the first way, and I think an easy way, is by just sharing your link. How many of you have gone to a wonderful restaurant and you get home and you call your friend and you say, I went to this great restaurant. It was delicious. You need to go there. And you send them the address to the restaurant. I want you to think of it the same way. You yourself take these products, you fall in love with these products, and then you have your own personal link. And you share this link with someone to say, hey, give it a try. When they purchase retail, you actually will earn 25%. So here's where, even if you're the shyest person in the world, you could earn your products. But you're also going to hear from an influencer at the end of our presentation, where some of you, maybe you're great, we'll talk about that later, but there's another way you can share your link. You can come in and say, hey, I just want to get my products at a discount. I want you to think of, I was there today, Costco's and at Sam's, because we're getting ready for the weekend. And I just love it how you pay one fee for the year and you get your products at a discount all year long. Same thing here. For $30, you can pay $30 and get these products at wholesale. No attachments to that, just getting your products at a great price. But how about when you do share these products with someone? And I laugh because I was just at Costco's, and you never buy anything small at Costco's, you buy in bulk. And so you share this with a friend and they're like, I'd love to try it. And they're like, but I want to try, all 6 products or 3 products, or they want to try in bulk, or they want to try for the whole family. Well, if they buy in bulk, if they decide to buy a package, you can earn anywhere from $25 to $350 just because you shared your link and they decided to try in bulk. And I'll talk a little bit about the different ways that you can get started later. We do have, and here's where for some of you, you're like, wait, what? A tree, a right, a left? What does all of that mean? I'm just going to tell you, don't even try and figure it all out. Just know that everyone knows 2 people. Everyone knows 2 people. And let's say you just share with 2 people, and they share with 2 more, and they share with 2 more. And all of a sudden, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 16. And all of a sudden, you are just sharing these products and you have what we call a team. I am now blessed to have shared this personally with 36 people, but somehow they have shared it with others, and I have over 350 people on my team. So when your team adds up to 300 on one side, 600 on the other side, really like 900, as my son says, he calls it digital currency. Think of it as a video game, he says. Mom, in our video games, we earn points and then we buy things. But I would like to say it more or less like travel. Every time you travel, you may get frequent flyer miles. And when your frequent flyer miles hit a certain amount, eventually, in a while, you may get a free flight. Well, with us, you turn in those points for cash. It's called CV. You know that we are in 15 different countries. And so this makes it seamless and easy that although we all have different currency, it all adds into what we call CV. And depending on if you have shared it with more than 10 or more, once you hit what we call a cycle, you could earn $45. So I said to you that I have been in networking now going on 22 years. And when I started, we didn't have supercomputers. We didn't have, e-commerce the way that we do today. But what I love about this company is every time I share this business with someone and they share this business with someone else, this company gives me a matching check. So this is the funny part. Everyone in my family now is loving these products and they're on my tree. But I have one son who he has shared it with 2 people and he loves the products. And he's like, Mom, with my 2 people, I still get to earn a matching leadership check because one of my people loves the business. My other son, he is 100% in the business. They're 24 and 25. What I'm saying is, you never know who you may share these products with. And they may be like someone like me, whom I absolutely love what I'm doing. And I have grown my business to over 300 people on my tree. And so I am receiving matching income from not only who I shared with my son, but my son that shared it with someone else, who shared it with someone else, who shared it with someone else. And it goes 7 levels down. So I didn't have this in my last platform. And I will tell you from day one, when you start, you can begin once you have one on one side, one on the other, getting a leadership matching check. So we also, if you decide that you want to move up with this movement and you want to spread this globally or even, locally, I will tell you, this company just keeps on giving. We have a 3% global leadership pool that we can add once you get to a certain point. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about a founders pool, which is limited edition, but you have so many different ways. You have so many different ways to earn income. Now, here's the fun part. How many of you would love to just do what you love doing, but earn trips while you're doing it? Well, this company, I will tell you, yes, you can earn a trip on a luxury yacht. They're taking the very top on a luxury cruise yacht. Depending on where you are, if you're outside of the United States, if you're in, as you see, our Asian Pacific countries, then you can earn a trip to Fiji. And there's still time. Even if you are not even in the company yet, there's still time that we can all go on a trip. But I got to tell you, my husband and I have earned the trip to Tulum. But what I love is that not only have we earned the trip because of our fabulous team and all of us working together, but they've also thrown in a little extra cash for me to go shopping. That's really important. But in my last platform, you had to be at a certain level to earn these perks. In this company, we all can earn everything. I love it. And so you could start today. And yes, you have till June 2nd, but you could earn a trip in a couple of days if you want. Well, it's going to be fun. So I want everyone to join me poolside in Mexico. So just to kind of summarize everything, because you're probably saying, okay, wait, how does this work? What can I do? You know what? I just want to tell you, you can start this business and you can be a retail customer. We would love for you to be a retail customer and to enjoy our products. It is worth it. As I said to you before, I have never been healthier than pre-children. And that was a long time ago. My oldest daughter is 29. But you could also say, I'd love to get these products at wholesale. And you could be a preferred customer. But I always say to everyone, why not give it a try? As you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this, but I also have a daughter that's 29, and I'm just so super proud of her also. She is actually teaching. I'm getting her PhD at Vanderbilt. She is super duper busy, really busy with the university, teaching and earning her PhD, but she loves these products. And so she shares them with friends, and she's a brand ambassador when she can. There's no time limit that you have to do, but I always say, why not? It's the same $30 to get a link or not to get a link. So why not try it? Now, if you decide that you would like to get started, you know, we always love to give deals. This is a great way for you to save a little extra on top of wholesale by trying the products in a package. We have several different packages, and I want to go over them quickly, but whoever invited you on the call tonight, they will send you a link. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to quickly go over this, but they can send you everything. But we do have an intro pack for $200. You'll get 3 products. We have something called a premium pack, which is enough for kind of like a husband and a wife or for 2, for you to try it for a month or so. Maybe you're saying, you know what, I want to give this a try and try the products for a couple of months. With this pack, I love it because it's enough to get you through about 4 months. You'd be active for 4 months with this. You'd get paid on a certain level for time. But I need to tell you about this beautiful Founders Pack. And this is a limited edition. This is the last time that this will be offered in the United States. We just recently, I am so proud that we are literally opening our new office in Hong Kong. And because of that, the company had originally offered a certain amount of founder packs. And they recently just released another 30,000. Now, I have no idea where we are with those 30,000, but I will tell you, when they are sold out, when they're gone, they will be gone forever. Oops, I'm sorry, for us in the United States. And so with this pack, you will have enough product to last you for 11 months. 11 months. But more importantly, you will be able to participate as a founder. So what's a founder? A founder is someone that for life, you will get 2% shared profit from the company. So how does that work? Every week, the company will look at the profits of the week. They will take 2% out, they put it in a pool, and they share it with all the founders. And so I am so proud to say that my son that's 24 and my son that's 25, they recognize something that's great, and they are founders in this company along with my husband and myself. But more importantly, when you look at this number, and you may say $2,800, if you divide that by 12, that's one nice meal. You know, you cannot go out with a family for less than $200 today. That's one meal a month, but you can be a founder for lifetime. And so if you ever wanted to get in on the ground floor of a company, here's where you can do it. And the beauty of this company is we're still at formulation. Like, we are not even at momentum. We're at the beginning. So I always said, these are not shares, but I wish that I could have been in Amazon in the beginning and grabbed shares from them. Just think about where this company is going to be when we grow to 100 countries. So you see how excited I am, but I would love to introduce you to some of my friends that are going to help me out tonight. And we're going to start out with my friend in Virginia Beach. It's going to be an awesome weekend, I know. But Cnisti, if you don't mind, tell everyone why and how you love this company.
Sure. Thank you so much. You did such a great job. And Dr. Williams is always amazing. I just learned so much every single time I'm on. So my name's Cnisti. I have 4 kids. I married my high school crush as well. And I will be joining you, Antoinette, in Tulum. So I'm excited about that. I have been using nutraceuticals for over 10 years. And so I wasn't really looking for anything extra except the collagen. And so when a friend of mine posted online, just like we heard people can do, and posted her link and said, hey, are your vitamins in the PDR? That really perked my ears up, because I graduated nursing school in 2002. So I have a background in the medical system, but yet I have had an amazing opportunity to unlearn, learn, and relearn everything that I learned in nursing school, and really got into holistic remedies and nutraceuticals and all of those things. And so when someone said that these were in the PDR, I was like blown away. And so automatically I'm going to listen to what they have to say. So I tried the collagen, loved it, but kind of was thinking, am I noticing a difference? I think I am, but I'm not really sure. It wasn't until I had coffee with one of my best friends and she looked at me and said, Cnisti, your face is radiant. What are you doing? And I was like, it's the collagen. So that blew me away, because I can tell you how I feel through this screen, but when someone else notices, then people pay attention, right? And you're like, okay, I'm not making this up. So I could tell you about my plantar fasciitis. That is not here anymore. What am I doing different? These products. I could tell you about my husband, who's actually using all 6 of them without me twisting his arm every day. So I could tell you all these stories all day long, but what I'm telling you is don't sit on this opportunity. When I went out to meet these doctors and they stood on stage and I saw them speak with their heart, and their heartbeat was for bridging the holistic and the medical community, I was like, yes, this is a movement. I want to be a part of it. And I've never looked back. So after 10 years in a previous company, I said goodbye. I'm here. And I've never felt more at home. I've never been more proud of a company in all my life. And I will sing its praises until the live long day.
Oh, Cnisti, well, thank you so much. And I can't wait to hang out with you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
On the beach, and for everyone else. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And wow. Yes, it's amazing. Well, we're going to move right on. Next, we're going to have Kisha. Kisha is a celebrity stylist. She won't tell you, hairstylist. She won't tell you that herself. So I have to share that about her. But what I love about Kisha is she introduced me to a healthier hair, healthier. She has made her own holistic hair care line. So when I said, I've got to introduce these products to her. So also a beautiful mom, career woman, and differently than me from birth, she has been someone that has been an entrepreneurial person from high school. So Kisha, please share with everyone what you love about 3.
Hi, thanks for inviting me. This is exciting. So my name is Kisha James Hurd, and I am a celebrity stylist, a beauty wellness advisor. I love being partnered with 3 simply because I am a product formulator myself. I have 10 hair treatments that I've created that I use in my salon when I work with my clients, just to be exclusive. And I focus on pure, holistic beauty. And, I'm focusing on the outside, the exterior, but I felt like another portion of it is, how my clients are taking care of their health and their wellness. I used to speak briefly on, different foods that they can eat to help their hair, but finding more about the vitamin supplements, 3, Miss Antoinette introduced it to me. I really felt like it would pair greatly with my direction on where I wanted to take my business. And it does give validity to, my methodology of like, okay, yeah, you have to be holistic on the outside, and then obviously on the inside, because your hair is like an outpouring of whatever you're putting in your body. So if you're deficient, you're going to be having hair issues or skin issues that, regular products are not going to be able to, solve. So I just want to be able to help my clients overall from, a holistic wellness lifestyle. And, the supplements help with like the residual income. Like for me with my products, it could be very demanding if the supply is high. But with 3, it's drop ship business. They do all the shipping for you, the science is there, the doctors are there, the studies, the clinical. I mean, everything is there to prove the validity of this brand versus with my brand, I have to sell it amongst others with really no proof. I'm doing the proof in salon. That's why I work with the in salon with my clients to show that it's professional grade. However, this company has a standard already set that it just brings validity to the business. And I'm just happy to have like a residual income structure. So, I can focus on my future now, networking with people, the purpose platform. I love it all. I could go on, but I'm just happy to be a part of this and to network and grow my business through 3.
Well, thank you, Kisha. I appreciate you. But I do appreciate, she really has always talked about inside and out. And I'm just so happy that 3 helps her with her, the bottom line in her operation. And it's a turnkey system, which makes it easy. So that is awesome. All right. Well, then, last but not least, I'd love to bring on my friend Anita Hawkins. And Anita is, she has always been healthy, but she puts another layer on it because she is such an influential person. She is well known on social media. And so, Anita, we would love to hear, it was huge when I introduced these products to you, but what do you love about 3? And I was, just so that you guys know, all over the global world, I was scared to death to talk to her because she's such a celebrity. And I said, but I need to talk to her, but I don't know. And then come to find out, she's such a sweet person, but I am learning from her every single day also with these products. So Anita, take it away.
Hi, Antoinette. Hi, everyone. How are you this evening? Well, let's see. I'm Anita Hawkins. I live here in Dallas, Texas. I started with 3, back in, I think maybe September. I think somewhere, maybe August, September, something like that. But I learned about it months prior to that. But I needed to do my due diligence and my research because I am a licensed nutrition specialist. So it's important for me to do my research on anything that's presented to me because I got to know the ins and outs because I have a lot of food allergies. So and with this being all natural, so I have to make sure that, whatever I'm putting into my body, I don't have adverse side effects or any type of reactions and things like that. So it was imperative for me to do my due diligence. So I started with the products and I said, okay, I can do this. I said, okay, this one is giving me some energy. This is working. And then you really don't know which one is doing what if you're taking them all together. And then I said, okay, well, I know which ones I need to take. So I'm just going to take what I need to take and what I want to take. So the one that I wanted to take, of course, was the collagen. Definitely want to take the collagen. And then I wanted to take the Revive. Definitely wanted to take the Revive because I have thalassemia, which is a rare blood disease. I have thalassemia beta. So my mother was a carrier and now I am a carrier, but I have, issues with my blood and things like that. So I do take the Vitality and the Revive because it helps with my joints and all of that good stuff because I don't produce the same hemoglobin everybody else does. So my oxygen levels are always low and things like that. So of course, those things are necessary. And then the Vitality to keep my immune system where it needs to be. So I really didn't didn't make sense to me to take the immune because I felt like I had it all in the Vitality. So I'm like, I don't need the immune right now. So my dad ended up having a stroke right before Christmas. So I moved my dad in with me, and we started him on 3, combined with physical therapy. And let me see, he was having many strokes, like literally on days I was getting him dressed, he would be in my arms and he was like just ticking. And I would give him directives and he thought he was doing them, but he wasn't. He couldn't pick up a pen to write his name. He was extremely frustrated. I was like, Dad, we're gonna get through this. So again, put him on the 3, with his physical therapy. And it was maybe 2 months later. And you know how sometimes you just do stuff, you're not even thinking about it. And he had to sign his name on a piece of paper and he wrote his name with no problem. He said, oh, I can write my name. And he said, oh my God, a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't write my name. I was like, no, that was 2 months ago. He said, I couldn't even write my name. But this was every day, keeping him on that regimen of course, eating clean, taking, and he was taking the Eternal, he's taking the Vitalite and the Revive, because not just with the stroke, he has diabetes, cholesterol, and high blood pressure. So all of those things were necessary. So his A1C levels were at a 15. And when he went back to the hospital, went back to see his doctor at the VA, she said, I don't know what your daughter did, but your A1C numbers are below a 7. So I was like, yeah, so I was really excited. So excited. So I don't know what she's doing, but just tell her, keep doing whatever you're doing. So I went in, so I have my own testimony where I went in I've been going through tattoo removal, and I've been going through tattoo removal for a little over 3 years. It takes a while. You have to go every 3 months because your body has to heal naturally. You don't want to tear your skin up because that laser is no joke. It hurts really, 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 really bad. Anywho, every time I go, and my tattoo is pretty large. It's a big hawk on my leg, and my entire leg blisters up from end to end, top to bottom. So it's on my calf. And that's a very tender area, for a laser. But anywho, I went for my last treatment and I called everybody, and I called Antoinette. I said, Antoinette, you're not gonna believe it. I said, I went down to touch my leg because normally I have to ice, and I'm icing. Of course, you gotta ice, you gotta elevate. But it's normally red and it's inflamed and it's blistered. And I was, of course, taking the collagen, but I went to just touch my leg and I was like, there was no heat and there were no blisters. I was literally taking pictures. I had to call the doctor. I said, I don't have any blisters. Oh my God. And I know what my leg normally looks like. I literally have antibiotics on standby because I'm afraid that the blisters, like my leg is going to get infected, because the blisters can get so big to where they'll rupture. And I'm always afraid of infection. No blisters. So I was like, I don't know which one did it, but we're going to go with it. It could be the collagen. It could be the Revive. It could be, the Vitalite. I don't know, but I know that they work. And right now I have not gone public with my diagnosis, but I was just diagnosed with lupus a few days before my birthday. So it's been right at a month. I was diagnosed with lupus. So every day is different. But today I messaged Antoinette about me being inflamed on Sunday. And she said, you need to take the Revive twice today instead of once. She said, take it twice today. I got up today and I was able to walk 1.5 miles. So yeah. I feel good. I literally, when the call started, I was walking around the track. That's why I was like, oh Lord, please let me be back at home by the time it's my turn to talk. So yeah, I just walked 1.5 miles. So I feel much better today.
Well, Anita, we are so happy that you shared all of your testimonies with me. And so I know we went over a little bit, but we wanted to share with you just how wonderful these products are, what a wonderful company. And I want to thank everyone that came on tonight, Christy, Anita, Kisha, and Dr. Williams, that helped us to just share everything globally of why we love this company. And I know that whoever invited you on the call tonight that they will be following up with you. They have a link to show you. We do have a PDF of all the products, and we hope that you will join this movement, because as you heard from all of the testimonies today, this is a movement in so many ways, for financially, spiritually, but we're just a group that just wants to help the world be healthier. So thank you so much. I hope everyone has an amazing week, and good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Thank you everyone again for joining us tonight.